Welcome to PASL Today for April 7th, 2021. I'm Kartik Krishnaiyer. I'll be your host. And pleasure to be joined today by Paolo Bilotta, who is the managing director and owner of one of our clubs, the Palm Beach Stars. And let's talk about the Stars a little bit today. You founded this team a few years ago. You've played in UPSL. You've been very successful in UPSL, but you have a background in soccer that predates the founding of the Stars.
Yeah, first of all, thanks, Kartik, for having me. We started very recently, and we played our first season in the UPSL, and right off the bat, we reached the final of the South Florida Conference, which unfortunately we lost, but it was still I'm happy. It was a good achievement. But yeah, as far as my background, I grew up in Rome, in Italy, and I went through the AS Roma youth system until basically I was 16, 17, and then I had to choose. The choice was kind of easy because there were a lot of really good players that are far better than me that went straight to pros. So I wanted to continue playing, but I was forced to kind of go study. So I came to the US to college, and I played there at Boston College, and then just started working. I opened up on my own company, but football never really left my veins. So it was always a kind of in the back of my head to start a team, and I finally got around to do it, and so I'm happy.
Does your family support Roma or Lazio?
No, Roma.
Roma. Okay.
I had a father defect from Roma to Milan, which is unheard of, but yeah, as an adult, I mean, you could do it maybe before you're 5 years old, but he did it after. So, but that's it. For the most part, we're all Roma.
Yeah, I didn't know that there were any fans in the Rome area that supported teams from the north, but I guess your father or that one relative's an exception.
Yeah, no. Most people in Rome actually, I would say 75% is Roma, and maybe 25% is Lazio. For the most part, it's a Roma. The city of Rome is mostly Roma. Lazio fans won't say the same, but
I know, being on that divide as a Manchester City fan who would always, before we were taken over, talk a lot about, well, we actually have more supporters in the city and in Greater Manchester than Manchester United. Now people tend to believe it because Man City is considered a big club. At the time, we were not considered a big club, and Man United was. So here in South Florida, we have an interesting soccer landscape. Lots of good clubs, lots of high-level amateur and adult amateur and professional soccer being played. What particularly attracted you to this area to create a team, and then also why Palm Beach specifically?
I think, this area, South Florida, I live here, and I work here, so obviously that's the first reason. But Palm Beach, I think, because it's obviously Miami and Fort Lauderdale are big hubs for amateur pro football, but Palm Beach is kind of still an open territory. I think there's a good market in general. Hopefully for in the coming years for a pro team there, and so I think it's a good environment where we can grow the sport there properly, even at the youth level. And I think that the county in general, not only the city of West Palm Beach, but the county is kind of aching for maybe something of pretty good quality, football. So primarily that's the reason.
Yeah, of course, Dade and Broward counties have both had professional teams since the 1970s, and most famously the Fort Lauderdale Strikers in Fort Lauderdale. But there have been teams in Miami, there have been teams in Fort Lauderdale, other teams in both Miami and Fort Lauderdale during that period. Never a professional team in Palm Beach County. And in fact, a lot of people don't realize this, but if you look at the television ratings for European football, West Palm Beach market is always in the top 10, for whether it's for Premier League or Bundesliga or Serie A. A lot of fans.
I actually didn't know that.
Yes. It's actually usually ahead of Miami, Fort Lauderdale in the Nielsen ratings. So that's something. Palm Beach is a great market for soccer. Our league, the PASL, we're dedicated to giving a high level, very controlled, high-level environment for clubs like yours. What attracted you to the PASL?
First of all, just the initial conversations I had with you guys, I felt really comfortable with you, Kartik, and Douglas Heiser, and it's just we kind of we're speaking the same language right away. I think I like the other teams, the attitude that they brought to this. Also, we all share the same kind of attitude towards this amateur and aspiring to more levels of football, but also the fact that I think there's a voice. All of us have a voice in the league, and I think it's kind of like a cooperation among all teams rather than imposed rules, imposed schedules, and I felt comfortable right away, and as we are now progressing, it feels equally as comfortable. So that was good.
Yeah, big thing about what we're trying to do at PASL is this is a very club-centric, owner-driven model. Very often in the leagues, and you've experienced this and you just touched upon this, very often in the leagues, whether it be here in South Florida or be anywhere in the country, you have a top-down model where the leagues dictate calendar, schedule, rules, etc. Now, while we may end up coming to the same conclusion as a league at the PASL level and on the outside look like we're doing similar things to some of the other leagues, the decision-making process in our league is very different. And in fact, owners like yourself always have input in those decisions that we make.
Yeah, it felt like a democracy, so which is good. It's welcome. Yeah, no, it felt comfortable. I like it. I'm enjoying it, and I know the team is. So we play in really nice venues. I think all the teams, one of the points is that we all wanted to play in fields that were proper and aesthetically pleasing to the eye, and for especially for live streaming. So easy on the feet of the players, and it's been happening.
And you have an experienced coach in Villarreal who had managed Jacksonville Armada actually in the NASL, among other places he's been. High-level players, high-level club. You're in this league now with teams like Miami United, who advanced to the fourth round of the U.S. Open Cup in 2018. They beat two professional teams, including one I worked for, Miami FC, at the time, en route to that clash with Orlando City. Orlando City of MLS came here, played at Mylander Park against Miami United. Miami United gave them a real good match. Naples United, who were very good in NPSL the last few seasons, Boca Raton FC, and Brothers, who had a successful campaign last year in UPSL as well. What have you found about the competition so far in PASL? Because what we've tried to do is keep it very high level.
It's tough. We played 3 games so far, and they've been 3 tough games. Even starting with Boca, the first match, and then obviously we lost the second 2. They were really hard fought. We got it. The second one was with Naples, a really tough match, and then the third one we got a taste of Miami United. So they played really well. They're a really strong team. Everybody knows that. So looking forward to replay, and hopefully it'd be a closer match. But it's tough. Every game is, and I know that against Florida Brothers is going to be tough too. I think in this tournament there's no easy team.
That's for sure. When you have a small competition like this and an invite-only competition like this, so you have a week off, and then you've got Brothers after that. So enjoy your week off, recharge the batteries for the Stars, and thank you for joining us today. And we will catch you next week on PASL Today. Let's take a look at our standings before we say bye.